Michael, I do want to get your take because we're getting some exclusive reporting from TMZ about the Super Bowl coming up. As we're hearing this here on social media, ICE officially confirms to TMZ that their agents will be deployed to Super Bowl 60. Of course, that game being played in Santa Clara. Bad Bunny, notably the halftime performer. Just week 5 of the NFL season, so we're a long way from knowing who's going to be in this game. But what more can you tell us about this development?
Yeah, there was a former Trump campaign official who made the comment as he was, doing a podcast this week, Andy, and then we reached out to ICE and we said, "Hey, is there any truth to this?" And yeah, they told us that they would, in fact, have agents stationed outside of the stadium in Santa Clara. And I don't know if it's a jab at Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was supposed to perform shows here in the States, in America, in the continental U.S. And he said that he did not want to because he was concerned that ICE may target his shows. So now that he is going to be performing in Santa Clara, like we said in February, is this a shot or is this a jab by ICE at Bad Bunny to say, hey, you may have avoided us for this tour you were on, but you're not going to be able to avoid us for the Super Bowl. And we're going to be out there and we're going to try and make arrests if people who are here in the country illegally. So I think it's going to be something that's clearly going to upset a lot of people. I think it's going to ruffle a lot of feathers, but I'm not sure that that ICE really is concerned about that. And could it change? Sure. Could they change their mind? But as we sit here right now, they are actually planning to be at the Super Bowl.
And there's so much security at the Super Bowl, so maybe law enforcement even more, you wouldn't really notice a difference. I do want to ask you, though, because we know about all the sporting events here in the United States, the World Cup, the host being the United States, Mexico and Canada also involved, and then the Olympics in LA, in your backyard, in just a few short years. Do you think this is foreshadowing at all? President Trump has alluded to the fact that he might move games, World Cup matches out of cities due to safety concerns. Is this foreshadowing at all?
Yeah, I look, I know he said that, and the idea has been sort of talked about out there. I think to move something like the World Cup or another major event, I mean, that would be such a monumental effort undertaking. So I don't think that ultimately is going to happen. But the president could use those things to put pressure on governors or mayors of cities that he obviously says, hey, we want to enforce the laws that are on the books here, and we've got to limit crime. So yeah, I could potentially see this, not that they're going to move events, but I could see ICE agents at future events and potentially that being something that the feds use to try and make arrests. Again, if people are here illegally, they want to try and get these people and deport them. And sounds like they're going to do it at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, sounds like they're heading to the Super Bowl, and obviously there's so many different pockets, soccer fans from around the globe descending on the United States, so many different people, and that is a complication that we'll get into maybe at a later date. All right, Michael.
Yeah, we'll see if there's a cooling effect, Andy, on the tickets. That'll be interesting to see, so I guess stay tuned on that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to afford them, even if there is a significant cooling, but
me neither.
Hey, who knows? All right, Michael, thank you so much. I appreciate your time as always here on Live Now.
Anytime. Thanks, Andy.
All right, take care. All right, great conversation there as always. Diving into the latest tomorrow, sentencing for the Sean Diddy Combs trial. We'll see how much time he gets. Time served up to about 20 years based on those 2 counts he was found guilty of in transportation for prostitution. But also the new report from TMZ talking about ICE agents. They will be present, deployed to the Super Bowl 60 there in Santa Clara, Levi Stadium, home of the San Francisco 49ers. So obviously this comes in light of the World Cup. We've seen so many different task force for safety around that. The United States, Canada, Mexico hosting this trilateral kind of agreement with the World Cup final being taken place in East Rutherford, New Jersey, there at MetLife Stadium, the home of the New York Giants and Jets.